What's up, everybody? It's your boy RJ out here with Dank, the owner of Dank and Co. We're here in the office. He's going to show us around a little bit, show us some sketches, see what he does for a living. So stay tuned.
That's an Air Max 93, original from 93. But like in 2005 or 2006, I bought a box of vintage shoes from Japan.
Yeah.
I paid $250 and it was like 30 pairs, all original Air Maxes. And then
how much?
For $250.
Why can't we do that now, right?
I know, right? And I ended up sold all the pairs for a ton of money each.
Yeah.
Hey, look at this shit we did like 2 years ago. I don't even remember it.
Premium
Damn,
Paris
that's nice.
in the works.
This is nice, man. I just like the little Nike SB on there. How much is Paris running now? Like 100K.
So we're making our luxe version of it. So that's beaver tail swooshes instead of just regular leather.
Oh yeah.
Hell, hey, he said 100K, and I was like,
What's this for?
Well, the actual
That's
Paris
for
SB is 100K.
one of our
Okay.
clients, a gentleman named Paul. But we
Shout out,
are
Paul.
making
what is it going to be, a Jordan 1 low?
what?
This?
That?
That's a SB.
Well, I see this. It reminds me of Jordan 1 low.
Bro, get this guy out of here.
I'm a hype. Look at the tongue. It says Nike SB on it, guy. So does this one? I just play. I mean, there are Jordan 1 SBs in his defense. This is your brand right there, right?
Yeah, so before you look at that. So
Is this the fabric room?
yeah, so this is like back stock and then all our leathers and there's parts and shoes and bins and all kinds of shit.
Colors. I love this shoe right now. Like black bottom. I
You
like.
know what the original one is, right?
No, I don't. That's
Oh,
why
wow.
he said 100,000.
Don't put that on camera that he doesn't know that.
I don't. I'm not gonna lie.
Alright, so these are some drawings. These are drawings that we did. This is from making an Eminem 2. I had to draw out the lyrics and then scan it, digitize it, and then have it printed on leather so we can make the
No
shoe
free
out of
promo
that.
because they don't want to
Yeah, no free
sponsor
promo.
us.
This was Dak's drawing that we did. The Slurpee project. There's all kinds of stuff in here. But basically, what I wanted to get to is I wanted to show y'all what we have coming up is our own shoe.
Is it a YouTube one?
There's Manu's.
All right, RJ. So this is what he was drawing up, right? Explain how you got this.
So Fox Sports hit us up for when Alabama was playing UT, and they wanted to outfit a lot of the newscasters or sportscasters or whatever in shoes, and some of them, and they were wearing the shoe of the team that they picked to win. So some of them picked Alabama, some of them picked UT, but this was the Photoshop that we sent.
How many
them.
pairs did you do?
I think it was 11. So it's a list of them here.
Oh, okay.
And when they were supposed to arrive to what agent and what city.
So that ended up into this. So it's like they say, pictures don't do any justice. So this was the Alabama one, so you got Roll Tide. I'm pretty sure you did Hook 'em, right?
Yep.
UT Hook 'em. And this was all just pony, like what do you
Pony
call it?
hair.
Pony hair.
Canvas, pony hair, leather, suede for the tone, embroidery. Now it's got Stooth material on Alabama.
And you did a DAC one too, right? Don't you got DAC on here? What's the DAC one?
The DAC one.
Because you know we're diehard Cowboys fans over here.
RIP Zeke.
Hey, I didn't like Zeke anyway.
That's Ginobili's right there. He did the Hall of Fame shoot for Ginobili.
Ginobili.
Hook that up.
So Manu came over here and designed the shoe himself. That's the Photoshop that we had after he came over here.
Then of course Dank is getting a little better with his IG stuff, so this is how. Oh, that's amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, man, for your predisposition and being helpful. And
Definitely.
let's see.
Anytime.
Now I wanna see.
You know where to go to get your stuff now.
So that's the shoe he did for Manu.
Is this a recording of a recording?
It's a recording of a recording. And what's cool is Manu was standing right here. And now
Yeah.
I'm standing here.
Hey, relax.
So who's better, me or Manu? I think I can guard Manu. Oh, look, let me see the watches. The one you did with the watches.
I wish we recorded that sequence
No.
too. Keep in mind, I found Dank one of these shoes for this watches in like less than an hour.
So look, a backstory about this. Dank came to the shop, messaged us, needed certain shoes to match these watches. He ended up doing, it was this and then a Spurs shoe, right? You did?
Y'all helped with these too, right?
Did we?
I think I met.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah.
the one I met up with you in the parking lot, or was that?
That was for the.
that was another one?
It was for those.
But didn't you, I think he bought that one from us.
I think I did.
But yeah, so he bought 5 different colorways to match these watches and then you flew where?
To Costa Mesa, California.
I didn't know to say that. But yeah, he flew over there. But yeah, it was pretty cool that we were involved. We didn't do any work, we just sold him the shoes, but we were involved into.
Now we did the work. We got the shoes.
Yeah, we got the
at the
shoes.
shop.
So the shoe that
Discount
let's
us.
see,
Come on.
this watch here is $280,000 watch, and we made a shoe inspired by each of these.
Did they give you one?
No,
What shoes did we get? We got the Japan ones. What was this one?
We did the prototype ones.
Prototype.
I think it was probably a pine green or
Do you have the
I
end
was gonna say
products?
pine green.
they're all in IG.
There?
Yeah.
Let's bring up IG. So he bought the Heritage one from us, and that's how he did the Heritage. And this one was the Japan one.
That's the one we found in less than an hour.
Yeah, because we had to double up
Yeah.
on it. Because the
The
owner.
owner wanted one, right?
Then that was the Lucky Greens.
No, that's
The smoke, right?
Smoke gray highs.
Smoke grays.
Oh yeah, we dyed him green. Forgot about that.
Check out his Instagram and all his stories and stuff, man. He has all his work on there and all the customs he's done throughout the years and stuff. But
You gotta go back. That's why.
so walk us through the process more or less. A customer walks in, right?
I walk in. I want a custom.
Yeah. So first we determine what your interests are, what you.
Time out. Does this man really have a 350 inverted inside out right now?
Yeah. Yep.
Alright, this is crazy. This is a whole earth just inside out. Is it safe to call that hell? Oh, I'm just kidding. Alright, let's go.
So yeah, you come with your inspiration. So like what you want to model your shoe after, and we discuss, inspiration behind that. Then figure out what type of shoe, like a Jordan 1, a Dunk, whatever. And then from there, I go find the proper base shoe that works well with the design, do a Photoshop or a drawing of the design.
So you always go find the base shoe, right? Nobody brings you the base shoe?
Correct.
Okay.
I mean, some people do, but I'd rather pick the base shoe.
Yeah.
Because if you come to me and say, I want this, that, and the third, and it would look really good with a red sole, but you give me an all-white shoe,
You're like, what?
I can't change I can't paint rubber.
Yeah.
So it's better for us to pick the base shoe and model the base shoe after what your inspiration is. Yeah. And then price it, and you pay for it. That holds your spot in line, and then it's like 6 to 9 months, sometimes a year wait.
And the reason why is because he is backed up.
We have been for 12 years now. Like that.
Shoot, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, so
Get your
so we
order
were
in
going through all
today.
these drawings.
So get your order in today.
Get your order in today.
If you want your shoe, come on now.
So all these drawings here are just some old projects, but the one thing I really wanted to show you guys here would be all of this stuff.
Your shoe.
Yeah, so we're coming out with our own silhouette. And it started with me picking a sole first. Flat
Did you have an inspiration behind this, or?
90s Adidas was my original inspiration. But all of these are early. So like that's kind of one. So I knew I wanted to use this sole. Okay.
The cream.
So I just started sketching, you know. So like, that's one there. This is an upper. So I actually made this one. If you go way back in my Instagram, I drew this one and then I actually made it myself by hand, just so I could see what it looked like in 3D. And it's in that bin, that big bin right there. That one right there to your left. Yeah. Yep. So you pull that out, you can actually see this shoe. It's like tan and pink.
It's right here.
Yeah.
Dang, you made this?
Yeah. So that was like my first time I ever made a drawing into a shoe.
Kind of has like a Wave Runner and a 450 had a baby.
Yeah. And that was the issue.
You know what this?
That was the issue?
You know what this shoe
It
exactly
was too
reminds?
recognizable, even though I designed it.
Because you have the 450 in the back.
Right. It is like the web of the 450, but the sole and base of like a Wave Runner or like
Yeah.
a 700, you know?
But all this, like these circles and shit like that, just reminded me too much of the Easy.
Right.
So, and also, I looked once I made it, I realized it had 1, 2, and even though this is different, it looks like it has 3 stripes.
Yeah.
So, and depending on the colorways that you do, that may be more
Recognizable.
noticeable or not. So,
That's still crazy though.
yeah.
You made this.
From scratch.
So that's what this was. Went to that. So, and then this is like the above view, you know, which is like it.
Still pretty neat that you're creating it. So how far along is this shoe in the works right now?
Well, so let me continue here, so you can see like all these.
The prototypes.
So this one I actually really liked.
That was pretty sick.
You know, I thought it was cool. These were kind of different. That one reminded me a little more like a Reebok. But, and then, see, this is us figuring out trying logos like JD, you know, or a D, you know, like just trying to
Figure out your swoosh.
yeah. Then here's another couple. I was thinking like movie thing here. Same, you know, same pieces as the one that we just showed you. This one was real funky. Kind of would look like an older Turf, I think. Could have reminded me like an older Griffey looking kind of shoe, you know. These I started but didn't really like. And then it moved into.
It's just crazy what goes through their head, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then it moved to that one, which I did a fine drawing of, and then I refined it by doing hard lines. Then I just started to Photoshop more or less what it could look like. From there, these would be the heel views, and some changes that were made in the both shape of the tongue and the droop of this heel here. These are some other options after getting to that point. Then I was like, man, I kind of don't like that. There's another Photoshop kind of versions. I kind of, you know, how we were talking about that side, how I kind of didn't really like that. So then I made this to kind of like, what could we do with that side? You know, so this is like a little strap,
Oh, that'd be dope.
you know, or like an arrow going backwards because I'm calling the shoe the cutback. And again, the inspiration behind all of our shoes that we're doing. So I grew up being really into like beach culture and surfing. So every shoe is gonna have a nod to surfing or beach culture, or like Hawaii, you know, water, you know, boats, stuff like that. You may not see it, but
You know.
I'll know it's there.
Yeah.
So
And that's when people ask you, well, how'd you come up with this saying, silhouette, and all that? Then boom.
yep.
That's when you explain the
So
shoe.
for this shoe, the main maneuver in surfing is called the cutback, and it's where you literally do one turn to another to get repositioned on the wave, and it's a very important maneuver in surfing, and like repositions yourself in the best part of the wave. You know, and if you think on a deeper side of that in life and stuff like that, that's kind of where I don't
Can you
want-
surf?
I used to.
Oh, okay.
Not since I
I've
gained
never
all
done
the
it before.
weight.
You surf?
Yeah, gained all the weight.
I'd
And
probably
then,
busted my butt.
yeah, but we're working on that. We're working on that. But,
When you go surfing, let me know.
yeah,
Let me know.
but that kind of, if you look at it in a deeper way, you know, the cutback being how it repositions you in a better part, you know, that's kind of where we're looking at this, you know, shoe company repositioning us into a better part in life, you know. So it being the cutback, I wanted to have that S curve
Nice.
in the shoe, you know. So that was what started off the design, is this S curve in the shoe. So from there we did some changes, figured out how we could maybe incorporate a design into it. We kind of went off on some tangents and even got rid of the S curve in some of them, left it blank. This is some cup soles.
Where does it stand today?
So then we started adding double S curves, and then, you know, figuring like it's the same shoe but just adding that little piece to it.
Yeah.
You know, and then we ultimately decided to go right back to the original one, and we decided to start. We made actually a bunch of samples. Okay, so a company in China actually we commissioned to make. This is our 4th sample. Our 5th one is being shipped here right now. But so this is the sample shoe, and again, don't worry about the colorway. This would be like a Father's Day release that we would do, kind of a dad shoe. Won't be the first colorway that we drop, but it was simple enough that we just want to get the model right before we even worry about colors and materials. So this coming back is very close to what we wanted. We wanted a longer tongue. We wanted this here, just looks too blank to me. It looks like a 1950s like TV screen, just like sitting there blank looking at you. And we wanted to fill it with something, but not a logo, you know. And we figured because it's this blank leather and it's just kind of looking at you there. I figured, you know, I bet this mesh is behind it, you know. So I got scissors and cut away the mesh, or cut away the leather, and there was mesh underneath it. And it looked okay, but then I started thinking like, well, what about like a Jordan 4 mesh on the side? So we kind of stuffed the netting in there to make it look a little better.
I think it gives it more texture.
Yeah, so it doesn't look like a blank screen anymore, you know? And I think it completes the shoe. So we're not going to put this style of netting, but we're going to put a netting into the shoe. And we're waiting on our options of what kind of nettings that we can put in. Also, these 2 eyelets here are going to get replaced with a double gang plastic eyelet. So like an Air Max 1 or Jordan 3 type plastic eyelet. The tongue is lengthened. And then also we added, if you look here, I wanted this to be like punched in right here on this stitch. So we went on ahead and added the hidden stitch in the mesh that goes through the whole padding and everything to give you this like bubble right here, which was necessary. And then on the back is where the branding will be. You CTBK, Dank on the tongue, and this particular colorway, which again might be like Father's Day release, was inspired by the mockingbird. So it's in the colors of the mockingbird, which is the Texas state bird. The eyelets would be yellow, which is the color of the eyeballs of the mockingbird.
The bird, yeah. That's dope.
Yeah, so
Good stuff.
we're almost 2 years in the development of this.
Hey, Nike didn't have it overnight either.
Yeah.
Rome wasn't built in a day, as they say, right?
I would rock this. I personally like them too. I just like now.
I like the dad shoe.
So
that you told
it's gonna be called the Cutback, right?
Yeah.
Brought to you by Dank and Co.
There you go.
There you go. So that wraps up, I guess, this part of the video as far as, you know, how to get a custom ordered and Dank's up and coming sneaker. Stay tuned.